Hello everyone and welcome to Inside Line Racing. Welcome to ILR4 and today we are racing around the Circuit Le Castellet, the Circuit Paul Ricard. I'm your host once again, Spaghetti Chips, whatever you want to call me. And today we are looking at some very keen 19 drivers who are about to show us how to do the French Grand Prix, the highest tier on a Thursday night now, and everyone is now getting ready for the start of their laps then. We're right on board with Abby, actually. We're right on board with Abby. Looks like he's one of the first people to start their lap then, to come down towards turn number 1 then, breaking down into turn 1 right now to give us a bit of a track guide, breaking down into turn 1. Through turn 2 you go. You don't want to be losing time on exit and you want to be staying inside the white lines, otherwise you will get a corner cutting penalty. Now down into 3 and 4, long 4 into a very acute 5. Run out wide here you can, as Abby uses a bit of that curve there into 6, leaving as much room on the outside there for the most acute angle onto the Mistral straight. Then the Mistral straight, you can reach speeds of absolutely up to 210 miles an hour if you can get some DRS assistance, breaking down into the Mistral chicane then, and now back onto the Mistral straight, the one that we absolutely left about 25, well, the one that we left about 10 seconds before. But anyway, now down into the right-hander, Courbe de Cygnus, and then into double droite. Yeah, it's basically a double right is what it's called, as coming now into the final sector of the track, one where you'll definitely be losing out your ERS. Abby's actually kind of made his ERS perfect as he comes through the final few corners. He's still got enough left to finish this lap off well then. Going through the final corners now for Abby up to line. Let's have a look what lap time he can do. I believe with the first lap to be set, yes it will, and Abby will get a 1:30.4, and this is on the softs, just beaten by Chapalele, which he got a 30.2. Now the times have started to fly in, as now we see many times being set with Leon with a 31.5. And the first thing to really bump up on the screen is what tyres people have fitted, because look, the top 3 right now, as Rich says his lap time to go third, top 3 on the mediums, and then 4th to 7th on the top 3 on the softs, 4th to 7th on the mediums, 4th to 8th now on the mediums, and then everyone below is on the hards, and Paul's just slot himself in the middle of those medium runners then. And everyone's going to be setting lap times now, so it looks like Matt just crossed the line, beating Leon by 0.02 of a second. As loads of times are now being set. I believe that's Slenderman who just set his lap time now. Let's run more with Larkin. We know he can be quick when he wants to. We know there's a lot of support in the chat for Larkin and his teammate. Now coming up to line for Larkin. What lap time can he perform? It's going to be a 32.3. Not the best lap time from him. But now we see Ike, whatever you want to call him, a 31.5 from the exact same time as Leon ahead. But Leon set his lap time first, so he gets the he gets it basically. As yes, you can see exactly the same time. We now see Konzo by 0.07 of a second, setting a fast lap time so far with a 30.2. Chill on his lap then as well. It looks like he's already may have done a lap, so that's his second lap. Maybe an invalidation of some kind. But welcome everyone who is joining the stream now. Hopefully my mic is on, well, not mute, otherwise this would be very awkward and I have to restart everything that I'm doing. So we'll just pop up the stream, and I am actually allowing my voice, which is good, as I take my first sip of water of hopefully loads tonight. Loads of sips of water. If I can drain my water bottle, which is 700 millilitres, then it shows it's been a good race, because I've been shouting, I've been rattling off my tongue quite a lot. As we now should ride on board with Chills. He comes around the final corner. It's a validated lap as he's actually coming around and setting this lap. Up to line now for Chill. What can this man do? It's going to be only 16th for the Haas driver. It's Larkin o'clock. Not sure where J. Cole is right now, but Larkin is there. So you got one of the... Was that rain I just saw? That's rain. That's rain. Well, this is just ending the quali session quickly. I think that you could almost say, right, these are your final results already. As Josh has retired from the session, they've screwed each other up. They have screwed up. So the likes of big up Mr. Skyzy, he is well and truly screwed up for this. Look at this. He's cutting the track to make sure he can actually get a lap in. But this rain has come down super early. The people on the soft compound tyres, well, look at that. Chapelele's retired. Loads of people retiring. So the people on these soft compound tyres, as you can see, people now leaving the pits. Is it too late? The rain looks too much for these drivers. Is this this is not what we would have wanted. The quali session's almost ended early here. People are going to have to go out on those softs, as I expect we'll see everyone fitted out on the softs. Loads of people on mediums trying to get some laps in, and I expect the ILR4 chat are going to be absolutely, well, annoyed is one word I'd say. People have really lost out. There's Paul, Don Rajib, Larkin, Chill and Skyzy. Both passes down the bottom. I know Skyzy has the pace. He won a race a few days ago. Raymaster Larkin about to produce a masterpiece from the Renault fanboy there. Christ, this guy who can't even get a podium at Canada. Yeah, I didn't get a podium at Canada because I started last on the grid. Actually, no, second to last. But still, Canada isn't the easiest track to overtake at, so you can just quieten down, Mr. Tom. P4 is a good effort, I'd say. As people are now really running around this track because it's wet. If we'll just have a look with Abby's down. No, there's no chance he's improving. Look at it, he's sliding everywhere. If he can improve, well, my goodness, that would be a lap and a half. But we just need to have a look at his first sector split to see how much he's off by. So as he comes through the next few corners, the right hander of turn 5, we'll have a look at see. He looks like he's going so much slower. Yeah, he's 1.6 seconds down. So at this moment in time, as Abby's, is he going to crash into a wall? No, he's not going to crash into a wall, but he's just completely going everywhere. No one's going to say a competitive lap now. This is it. I could just say to you, this is a qualifying order. Oh, there you go. And that shows. That shows. That shows how wet the conditions are, as Cooper has retired from the session. Skyzy needs to set a lap, but it's not going to happen, and DRS is now disabled. And why, unless it's going to be inters in the race, why is Leon going out on the inters then? I need to have a look at this. So everyone is completely screwed in this. So someone just said in well, the ILR League account has just said keep within the track limits, otherwise you will be penalised, and that's in qualifying. Everyone looks like they're obeying it, but I can see that Chill's lines haven't been the best because it looks like he's drifting. I think he's having a bit of fun here. But yeah, this is a real predicament for some of the drivers. So Energy's used into the pits, and qualifying is completely over at this point. No one is going to set a faster lap time unless it gets dry at the end, and I'd be heavily surprised if that happens. As Noel says, the time board seems to be broken. Oh my god, Noel's 4th. Go on, Noel. As let's go Chapelele. Hello everyone from Tyler. Chapelele supporter. I remember seeing you in the ILR3 chat a few times when Chapelele was in ILR3. Obviously, he has moved down from ILR4 to from ILR4 to ILR3. But I don't think there's any point, is there? Like, we'll just ride on board with Paul. He's going to do some drifts for us. And I expect this race is going to start very prematurely. Yeah, as you can see, I have a feeling with 7 minutes left to go, we're going to actually get this probably race started before, well, 20 past it, as Paul has just done an amazing half spin there. So he's just pirouetting at the moment, and he has retired from the session. No one is actually out on track at the moment, so if you're watching the stream, please retire, because it's going to get quite boring for me. But yeah, you can now see basically the final standings as Energy Zeus comes into the pits then. So these are your final standings then, with the best tyres. So all the soft runners starting in the top 7, which is explainable, but I have a feeling this could be 5 minutes. Oh, don't you dare say. Oh no, hang on. Oh, it's basically they're just talking about how Jeff's an idiot. Okay, so it's not. Retire and save yourself 7 minutes. Yeah, exactly. All retire, please. Yes, please retire, as people were saying in chat. Because this is going to get pretty boring as NGT, Slenderman and Don Regime are yet still to retire. As Warlock says, didn't even know they'd be raining. So that's nice to know that Jeff has been a very helpful man today. But yeah, so those are your final orders. And it's a McLaren on pole and a Alfa Romeo finishing that front row then. So we just need to wait for these three to retire, and then we can start this race. Actually, two now, Slenderman and Don Regime. They probably don't even know that no one else is retired now. Slenderman is the last one left, and then we can get on with this race. He's probably away from his screen, so that's annoying. But let's go Ike. Ike is up in where's Ike? He's in 10th as let's have a look. So Jeff is a knob. Let's go. Ike says Serge Condas, I believe you're in ILR4. I forgot who you are. P16 is improvement on last week. Let's go. Yes, chill. Let's do this. Jeff is the best engineer. Yeah, Jeff is amazing. And now everyone has retired, and it saved me 5 minutes of the session, hasn't it? So here is your standings for the qualifying for this race. So the top 7 will be starting on the softs. It goes Konzo, Chapalele, Abby, Noel, Warlock, Rich in P6, a great quality from him. P7 Energy Zeus, P8 Matter, P9 Leon, ILRT 8 and 9. 10th is Ike, 11th is Slenderman, 12th is Flying Cooper, 13th is Josh, 14th is Chaz, a bad quality from him. 15th Skyzy, another bad quality from him. 16th Chill, a great quality from him. 17th Larkin, 18th Paul, and rounding off your grid today is Don Regime. This race is going to be mental, apparently, according to Chazza. As looks like this is going to be a fun race, to say the least. As we now come on to the formation lap. So we've seen the qualifying results. Who is going to be the race winner today? What are your predictions in chat, guys? As Chill says, I need to stop. I'm not going to stop because I find it funny. But yeah, guys, what are your predictions? There's 10 of you in the chat. What do you think is going to be the end result for this Grand Prix? As Chill says, a finish is a win for me. Skyzy for the win. Obviously, he would say that his teammate. As I'd say Skyzy has good chances, but sadly his qualifying has completely let him down on that. Obviously, was not expecting the weather, as I can assume many drivers did not expect the weather, as Leon completely almost chose the inters, thinking it could be a better strategy. I have no clue. But Ike winning, of course. Larkin win, as expected, those two would say stuff. My prediction, I'd say a Chapalele win here. Chapalele is a certain commentator from ILR4 would call him. Or Chapalele, I don't even know. But people are just finishing running up. Don't know what's happening with Flying Cooper. He's just not moving anywhere. Let's just pray and pray and pray we don't have to have a restart. Otherwise that would be annoying for everyone. As Larkin says, I'm praying for you, well, for, even though it isn't his best track. So we're all waiting for Cooper right now. Don't know what's happening in his cockpit. Is someone just saying, just running through your plan A to F? Because I believe this was the race where Charles Leclerc got the plan F, or was it Vettel? One of the two Ferraris got a plan F strategy, and everyone just found that funny. Plan fail, plan fast. Yeah, I do, because I've got a different mic. My mic is I've got the blue snowball. I don't use that. The only thing is, yeah, exactly. That's what needs to happen. A good race for me, so there's a good race for you guys watching. As it will be a win with a short margin, like 3 to 5 seconds instead of, yeah, I hope so, because obviously while we're waiting for Cooper, obviously now it started, so Cooper's actually left the session. Not is his car on the grid though? No, he's been disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. So that's great for him, as he's been disqualified. Hopefully that's just from the formation lap and not from the race. Hopefully he can get back in the racing time. Or has he just been completely disqualified from the session? Not too sure. Like the herald angels sing, glory to the F1 king. Great. Well, I'm not really sure what's happened to Cooper, because obviously you don't usually see DSQ on the formation lap, if I'm not sure. But yeah. So guys, predictions wise, I'm going to say Chapalele for the win today. But yes, it is a dry start to the race. If anyone does have intel or maybe some wet weather, please do let me know. But yes, Konzo taking the reins today in P1. P2 goes to Chapalele and P3 Abiodun. P4, no. Yes. As someone's just said, oh yes, Spag, let the fun begin. On Twitter, as he's seen me. He's seen me, and he's probably on the stream right now. As now, we just need to go through the grid, as surprisingly qualifying from Rich. I have not seen him in the points, I don't believe so far this season, so great quality for him, a great shot of getting some good points. Spag, sees later, I'm not sure. Oh, here we go, all dry race, lovely to hear. So this difference in strategy then, let's just have a look at tyres if we can. Yes we can. So Slenderman, Josh, Larkin and Paul all on the hards. Matta, Leon and Ike on the mediums, inside of the top 10, outside of the top 10. Chazza, well, not sure what's happening with Cooper. Chazza, Skyzy, Chill, Larkin, Dom, and Don Rashiba on those mediums. Not Larkin, Larkin's on the hards. But yeah, I know it's Deneen. Don't worry, I know it's Deneen. But anyway, we're now getting ready for the start of this ILR4 race. No clue where Cooper is. Is he even on the grid? Cooper's just not on the grid anymore. And here we go then for the start of the race. Cooper's apparently starting from the pit lane of some kind, but here we go for the French Grand Prix. We go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go at Le Castellet, Le Paul Ricard circuit, and already we can see a few positions changing down into turn 1. Cosmos had a great start with Chapalele and Abby completing that top 3, and at the moment people are running super wide, and that's contact for Chill. That's Don Rajib as well, who is in that contact. Them two are completely already out of things. Chill, the worst thing that could happen to him has just happened, as Skyzy's been able to make a lot of positions, and at the moment Skyzy is heading up the grid. Is now we need to have a look down this Mistral straight, the place where DRS is going to be important. The slipstream is one important thing around here. Look at all the side by side with Energy Zeus trying to pull out, but that's not going to happen at the moment. And at the moment, we need to just have a look at Energy Zeus and Noel. And now coming down into the fast right-hander here. And Energy Zeus has got out on the inside of Noel. But Noel's still there on the exit, actually. So this is not over until the fat lady sings. And now Energy Zeus is ahead of Noel. Noel just wants to make sure he gets a good race with good points. So now coming through to the end of lap 1 then. So sadly Flying Cooper is not with us at the moment. It's Noel Petrick trying to defend that position, but it looks like there's a bit of lag. Maybe it's as Matter. No, Matter's now past Noel, as Noel's just not had good grip on those tyres. So now Matter's coming at him, but Noel's been able to, I'm not sure what's happening with Noel's connection, but around the outside Matter goes. A great move into turn 1. And now coming down into the next few corners then, Noel and Matter, and then so now Noel is ahead of Matter once again, as now through the next few corners it's settling down already. We can see some DRS trains already forming, Obviously only lap 2, so we won't see real DRS at the moment. And now coming down into the Mistral chicane now, braking at the 100-meter board for the McLaren drivers. That is Chapalele, way off circuit there. Not sure if he doesn't have the racing line of some kind, but no, that is him completely offline. And that's probably lost him a bit of a slipstream as well with that. Riding on board with Rich, actually, as he's looking like he wants to get a move on Matter. Obviously, he's on the softs and Matter's on the medium, so he'll have a bit of better grip. And now coming down, and it's not looking like Rich will be able to make a pass so soon at the moment. So I'm just having a look and see if there's any action at the moment. Likes to chill coming into the pits. But one thing I do know, those hards can go to the end of the race. So now coming on to lap number 3, DRS is now enabled for these drivers. As now Chapalele is trying to close up, but he's not being able to, as Warlock Manir is close as well in behind, only 6/10 between them. And now through the next few corners, we're not seeing any moves at this moment in time, but Rich is trying to hold on with those softs, but staying behind Matter at the moment. Matter on probably more grippy at this point, mediums, as the softs will lose grip quite quickly, as Leon is trying to get a good run out onto the Mistral straight, but it's not happening at the moment. But DRS is now enabled, so I can expect to move. And look at that, Matter and Noel exchanging positions. Matter up into P6 and Noel down into P7. A bit of lag on screen here, not sure whose end that is, but look, they're inside each other right now, and hopefully they'll get excited outside of each other quite soon then. So Rich now coming down towards the right hand. It looks like there's a bit of a gap now forming between Paul and Slenderman. Slenderman at the back of that pack, and then Paul at the head of another pack where Larkin is trying to get past him. So now through the next few corners, the right hander. As now Skyzy spun it. Skyzy's lost it again. I don't know if he's been tapped in the back or something, but he's lost positions once again. And at the moment, coming down into the last few corners, he's not going to come into the pit, so his tyres aren't completely ruined, but he must have been hit in the back. And now coming onto the main straight once again. And oh, look at that, Rich and Leon now exchanging positions as well then, as Leon on grippier tyres. Now Rich's tyres may be going off a bit, as Rich and Ike are now closest. Ike's now trying to get the move on Rich ahead of him. I'm trying to have a look at position change. The Slenderman actually on Ike could be an opportunity here, but Ike looks like he's got the best chance again and overtake. As now down into the next few corners, as I'm trying to negotiate with people not to FaceTime me during a race. And look at that, Don Rajiv has got a 3-second time penalty. Obviously he did have that contact on lap 1, so it's not really too much of a bother for him. But Ike and Rich are so close together, as Ike is looking for that move, but it's not happening at the moment. Ike needs to stay on the back of Leon, otherwise his strategy will be completely ruined, as Leon will be on a completely different pack to the driver ahead of him. As here we come, safety car hopes are big. We restart Spag. How's practice for Sunday? Shocking to say the least. I beat Rafa and Quali in a league, but that was with Rafa probably doing exactly no practice, but breaking down now into the next few corners. We're starting lap 5 for these drivers at the back of the grid now, as Noel and Leon are now exchanging positions. Leon, oh look at that, oh, Noel's got some intense lag on his screen, I can tell you that. Let's go. Larkin got Paul as well, so look at this, Larkin and Paul exchanging positions as well. Thank you for that. As at the moment Paul is now behind Larkin, but Larkin and Paul on the same compound of tyres, so there's no real excuse for Paul here, except for he may be a bit slow. He may have front wing damage. He doesn't have front wing damage, so no excuses there for him. But look at this now between Matter and Energy Zeus. So now coming up, and look at that, Konzo and Abby having changed positions. Actually, Abby's got the DRS on Konzo. I missed the move once again for a vital position. I love to see it. Konzo and Abby exchanging position for the lead, and I have a feeling that's not over because it's only 2 tenths separating them. He may go for a dive, or he may save it until a DRS zone. It's going to be a thing of let's just wait and see, as now riding on board with the likes of Ike, who's right on the back of Noel. This may be to the inside for the Rebel drivers. Paul picks up a 3-second time penalty. Down the inside Ike goes, and not only 1 position but 2 positions Noel has now lost, and he's now outside of that top 10. They're now coming through towards the final few corners once again. Let's look at that now. Soft runners are already coming into the pits. Chapalele and Warlock Minir, and also Noah at the back also pitting. So can they one-stop this, or will it have to be a 2-stop strategy? I can see Chapalele going onto the mediums there. Is that a very audacious strategy call? Is that going to be a 2-stop for the driver? So Warlock goes onto the hards. Probably the strategy that everyone knows and loves. Actually, no, Warlock on the mediums as well. Noel on the hards though. So Noel is on the hards, and so those mediums would have to go 21 laps. That would be a challenge for them, as Skyzy and Larkin are exchanging positions. Skyzy up into P10 now. As now look at this between Leon, Matta and Zeus. So Zeus at the moment out in P3. Obviously some people have pit, some people haven't. And Leon now pulls to the inside into the Mistral chicane now. And look at that, they're going side by side still through the chicane. Leon's run wide. He may have to give that position back, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Not Leon, sorry, Matta. Was that Matta I was talking about that whole time? I'm so stupid. Sorry, Matta, if you're watching this back. I've given you the wrong name. As Matta's been able to go past a certain AGC, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has to give that position back in the near future. So now Leon, oh look at that, Leon now again past Energy Zeus. Maybe his tyres are completely gone. What happened when I was gone? Chapalele went into the pits. I'm not really sure. His Flying Cooper has now left the session. So it looks like Slenderman. Oh, look at that, Chazza now. Chaz has lost a few positions. I'm not sure if this is because of pits or something, but Rich has come into the pits as well then. As loads of positions of changes. Konzo now comes into the pits for the hard compound tyres. So there's a difference in strategy between the top 4. So that is interesting to say the least. What will these guys do? So let's have a look what Leon and Matta can do. They're not totally out of this fight. They're probably only, I don't know, about 6 seconds, maybe even 7 behind the lead of this race. If they have a good strategy here, as Leon is still within that DRS of Matta, they can probably get something going here. Maybe have a bit of a train here, well, a 2-man train, and try and drop Energy Zeus from it, and maybe try and charge up towards the likes of Chapalele, the likes of Abby, the likes of Konzo. But one thing I have just quickly seen is that Chapalele is ahead of Abby and ahead of Konzo, but he is on the medium compound tyres. Nippo Racing, how are you? I believe you're in ILR6, so welcome to the stream, and hope you enjoy it, as your commentator is in P9 and your co-commentator is leading this race, obviously without having to pit yet, as Chazza is now past Slenderman down towards the left-hander there. So that's been an audacious move, as I'm getting some serious lag on my end here. I'm not sure if that, I hope that's my side rather than anything. It looks like Don Rajib and Chill actually in a battle as well. Slenderman has actually left the session due to lag reasons, I do suspect, as Energy Zeus now comes into the pits, and now there's just too much action at the moment. I cannot seriously keep up with this. And let's run on board with Warlock right now as he comes through the final few corners. Yes, ILR3, let's go. Championship leader, come on Leon, says Nippo Racing. And Slenderman has rejoined the session. Hopefully he hasn't lost too much time on the cars ahead. But let's have a look. So Chapalele at the moment, how far is he behind Paul? Josh even, not Paul, as I haven't really mentioned Josh this race. As Chapalele is closing at a pretty quick rate right now. So it's now the fact of Abby, as Abby trying to close up to Chapalele to try and keep within that 1 second margin, as well as Warlock trying to stay on the back of Konzo. Maybe a move could be in the potential reckoning soon, but Chazza is close up behind Ike for 3rd position in this race. Chill receives a 3-second time penalty as well. So let's have a look once again down to Warlock, as he's got 3 attempts now between him and Konzo. If he has a good exit out of the Mistral chicane, you never know, he could be able to get a run on the back of Konzo. Now coming through towards the next few corners, and now I look at this right at the top, the Williamses are so close together right now. 4 attempts separating them, and Leon is now in the lead. And obviously with all these pit stop arrows, I haven't been able to keep a track of it, but Leon is now leading Matter. Another feeling they may be in communication with themselves. Leon obviously using all the EOS while Matter's saving his EOS, and I have a feeling they will switch around quite soon for the final time, probably on the Mistral straight. Look at the closing speeds Matter's been able to do, and look at the gap they made to the likes of Ike of 3.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Ike and Chazza are very close together once again as well. 0.2 of a second between them as Ike picks up a time penalty. Both Williams 1 and 2. Yeah, I know this is completely not what you'd usually see, but it's around a 25-second pit stop. So to come out around Energy Zeus, which is fair because they were around Energy Zeus when they did pit. So let's run on more with Chazza now. Chazza looks like he's looking for a move in the foreseeable future, but he's literally got no EOS compared to Ike. But look at this, down into the left hand of the Mistral chicane, and he has got him for dust. But on exit with Ike not using any EOS at the moment, if he picks up that EOS yield, he may be able to get past Chazza. Chazza literally out of EOS at this point, as Slenderman and Skyzy are exchanging position. I'm not sure if Slenderman is in the, I believe he is in the session. Yes, he is in the session. Oh, he's had contact, but I have a feeling this is just lag and stuff talking and not the actual cars. Chapalele now right on the back of Josh. This could be a move quite quickly actually. Down the inside, that's going to be audacious from Chapalele. So Josh did close the door in that retrospect. So through the final sector we go. We don't really see many passes through here, and if we do, it's on that last corner. Maybe a rash dive bomb decision that I may have done at one point, but at the moment just everyone just making sure that they're just ready for the DOS. Obviously if you're making a rash dive bomb attempt, you're going to be under threat of the DOS. Let's have a look at Rich, as he is behind Energy Zeus, and Energy Zeus is on the hards compared to Rich's soft. So it looks like at the moment Energy Zeus are getting better traction, so we'll leave that battle for the time being. And look at the BWRT boys, they're right next to each other on track, and they're right next to each other in the names. Thank you very much for the compliments. But Josh and Paul only 3 attempts, and Paul's lost the back end. And now this could be the time where Josh capitalises on the mistakes, and maybe even Chapalele, as he's only a further 3 attempts behind. Coming down the back straight now, Josh, Paul, Chapalele in a DOS train. So oh, look at that, 3 wide, look at that. If he can make that work, Chapalele's done an absolute treat, but he's lost it on exit. Josh is out to cut the corner. He's got a 5-second stop go. No, not a stop go, just a 5-second penalty just straight out for the corner cut. But Paul and Chapalele now side by side down into the right hand, and he's got that move done. And it may be 2 for Chapalele if he gets this right. Down the inside of Josh. They have a small bit of contact. Is Josh going to yield? No, he's not. Josh is still there. Coming down into the left-hander now. He's blocking Chapalele. Chapalele round the outside. Will he be able to do this though? He's completely lost his will to live and has left the track. And now into the left-hander. Who's going to get this? Josh has got worse tracks than Chapalele. Josh has got the DOS. I don't believe Chapalele does. Coming into the final corner. And look at that. So Josh has lost a position to Chapalele. But look at this. DOS, EOS in the slipstream. And Josh is able to get past Chapalele once again. Not what the Alfa Romeo would have wanted here. And look at that. Josh, great battle with Chapalele. That's Paul in the background. Paul is around and now down into P13. And looks like Konzo, I don't know what's up with Konzo, but fair play to... Oh, it's a virtual safety car. That's why everyone's slowing down. Oh my god. Woo! I'm losing calories here, guys. Thank you, Josh and Chapalele. I probably lost about 50 calories there. Woo! Half a lap that VSC was on for. And the 13 of you watching that, and now the 2 who have just joined, have absolutely missed a cracker of a little battle there. So now we're back on the green flags. It looks like Josh has now lost that position to Chapalele that he completely worked for. And we've got yellow to sector 2. Is that Energy Zeus round? Yes, it is. As he's got front wing damage. Yes, he does. That is not good for him. But now Josh is losing more positions. Don't forget to breathe. Yeah, I can't breathe. I just had a massive gasp of water. Remember that, lap 10. If anyone can, please screen record that and send it to me. Because, Jesus, that was a great battle that we just saw between Josh and Chapalele. Chapalele has now been set free. And now in another little train. Yeah, I completely forgot to breathe. Is now Leon. Where does Leon come out of these pits then? This will be interesting. So Leon, after all that malarkey, will come out just behind Paul. So around Konzo area. So this is a round battle for about P5, P6-ish for Leon. And Matter will come out around the same place. So that'll be interesting to see where they come out in relation to everywhere else. Obviously, if we have a look at the stops, the top 6 have not pitted. So at the moment it's Chapalele, Abby, Warlock, Konzo, then Leon. And now it looks like Leon may be able to get a move on Paul. I'm not sure Paul will be defending this to the most of his abilities then. No real point looking at position changes. People have not pitted yet, but now Leon does get past Paul. And now we need to have a look at this. Look at this. Little battle here. This is for the net lead of this race, actually, between Abby and Chapalele here. I said Chapalele was my one to watch, the one that I thought could win here. And Slenderman and Larkin up ahead are in a battle as well. So Chapalele needs to be a bit careful as we see the alien indicator on Slenderman's car as Matter and also Chazza come into the pits. Ike does not follow them, I don't believe. And now look at that, Slenderman's run out super wide, but that's all lag. That lag is absolutely disgraceful. Like, I don't know. Like, at that point, you just need to leave the session because that is shocking. But anyway, now Chapalele has got past and almost has made a break. Is now Matter and Chazza come out. Where does Leon? So Leon will overtake Matter. Matter will come out just ahead of Paul. So that's nice to see. But now we need to have a look at this little Slenderman Chapalele Larkin business. So Slenderman tries to send up the inside. As I just need to not commentate from that. As look at that, ghosting galore. As Abby's just been saved by the ghost. As look at that, looks like Josh has been spun around by Slenderman there with his lag. As now Warlock has been able to capitalise. He's got the DRS, he's got the EOS. No slipstream. It says now side by side down into the Mistral chicane. Now you can see both McLarens on the screen. As look at that, still side by side. Josh is literally just squeezed his way up the inside there. Still side by side. The Slenderman has done the righteous thing and left the session for everyone's hope and dreams of this. As Larkin and look at that, Larkin and Abby side by side for a second there. As this is really not helping the likes of Abby. As we can see 2 wide battle. It's 2 by 2. It's Noah's Ark in the background here. It's obviously it was with a ghosted car, but nonetheless it was 2 by 2 stuff there. As Josh and Warlock exchange positions. Warlock now P6 and Josh in P7. So Leon will get past Slenderman due to him leaving the session. As Warlock has completely lost that position that he just gained, running out about 7 years too wide. As now Ike comes into the pit as Leon sets a fast lap of the race, closing up to the guys ahead of him. It's what he needs to do to make any sort of gains in this race. And what lap time was that? I'll have to check. We've got yellow flags and Larkin looks like he's had an off of some kind, as we need to have a look at that fastest lap. I don't know why I went on that screen, as I can just look at it through here. So 34.4, so I expect more around a 33.8, maybe a 33, maybe just a low, very low 34 at this point. As with DRS you can definitely get a very good lap time around here if you're just using that DRS and not really battling, as Josh and Konzo do exchange positions. I have a feeling that could have been a move that was already kind of planned. I feel like it's a bit of a planned move, as the tyre situation is not looking promising for Josh, as he's still having to pit yet. So is Skyzy. So Skyzy's actually in the lead at the moment, but will drop to 14th. But the pack is closer as Leon and Warlock are now changing positions, as Leon's trying to get the move on Warlock. Round the outside, Leon will go. This would be an audacious move if he can pull this off. He'll around the inside for the next corner, but he runs off the track once again. A quality of his that he's been using quite a lot recently. And now Warlock comes into those pits. Has he got damage? He doesn't have damage, so it's an early pit stop for Warlock here. Yellow flags in Sector 2 as well. Energy Zeus has retired from the session. Sadly, we can't really see why. But Warlock, he must have to go on to another set of mediums then. 12 laps to go. Yeah, those mediums will go 12 laps. He's got a 5-second stop go penalty to go with that as well. So not good for the guy who is now down in 14th. As ILR just said, the game is so temperamental if your connection isn't fibre optic. As we saw that as Warlock's just retired from the session now. Don't know what's happened to Warlock, but he's coming to the pits. He's not happy with something, and he has retired from the session then. So now, no VSC, no safety car. As we've got yellows in that sector 1 area. Oh my, what was that? Guys, look away from your screens. That was not nice to see, as it looks like someone's just been mounted by another car. As that's not what you want to be seeing. We want to see some real racing here. Larkin, who has not pit yet. Chazza, who has... Oh, look at that. I saw Chazza going for it. And he's made Larkin yield there. Down the inside he now goes. And Larkin has taken that position away from the driver ahead. Taken that position has Chazza away from Larkin. F1, yes, it was. I'm not going to say that. But yes, it definitely was. As Josh now heads into the pit lane. Not sure where Josh will come out. It'll be near the back though, sadly for him. So where will Skyzy come into the pits? Will it be a medium to soft strategy maybe for him? Those softs can do 8 laps, I'd say. Around about that 8 lap margin. So if he can extend them to maybe lap 20, lap 19 maybe, he may be able to pull it off. But it's all to do with just making sure you can make those tyres till the end of the race. Leon is now closing up to Konzo. He's had a very good point tool so far, and it looks like since I believe it was Monaco, he's completely changed, and now he's just been able to get on that podium, and looks like he could be on for another podium finish right now. I believe he does have line on, so he's basically running the same assist he was using in ILR1 last year. But we're not going to talk about that, as this is Leon this year, and fighting away with Konzo ahead. But we need to have a look at Chill, who is on 14 lap old hards, ahead of the likes of Larkin, ahead of Josh. So that's something to have a look out, as Chazza and Mata are in a bit of a battle as well. Then Leon closing up once again to Konzo. Looks like he can get on the brakes a bit later, as meanwhile Chapelele has pulled out a 1.5 second gap. But one thing that I've seen in the bottom left of my screen quite a lot is penalties. And will penalties come into fact for maybe the top 3? Maybe will be the decider for the podium, as Leon does go quicker with a 34.2. You can see he's closing and closing down the inside. He goes into turn 1 now, and that is a dumb move for the Williams driver. And now Konzo has had to slot in to the P5 position. He's obviously on 5 lap older tyres, but I have a feeling he hasn't finished yet with all of this. Or it may be a thing where he just stays in behind and maybe saves a bit more ERS saves. As I've completely just smashed my mic out of my hand. That's something I love to do. I just smashed my mic there. Josh just took my front wing off. Oh. As Energy Juice has now left the session. That is absolutely... Oh, that is a shame. The team also didn't want to change my front wing. Well, that's just great, isn't it? As look at that. Talking about Josh. Him versus Larkin now. As down the inside, Josh goes, and Larkin's had a better exit around the outside. Obviously not touching the curb, so he'll have much more grip, and he's been able to keep that position. But on ELS and DRS and all that slipstream kind of stuff, looks like they're all staying in the same position for now, grabbing a bit of toe off each other, almost like qualifying at the Italian Grand Prix where they all just want that toe. For some reason that glitch is still in the game. Yeah, it's stupid. It is a stupid glitch, and I don't know why it's still in the game. Just, if you put it to yes, even if your front wing is absolutely fine, change the front wing as Larkin and Chill are side by side into the long right handers. Now down the inside, so it's actually 3 wide through that corner, as I'm getting more voice breaks than I don't know of cracked winds, how much a cracked windscreen would break. But now Larkin and Josh, he's changing position once again. Now look at that, that's a move. Josh sending it like a certain Alex Albon did into turn number 1, 2, 3, turn 4 at Italy to get, I believe it was around P8. So he went for it, and sadly it did not stick for him. He looks like he's much more confident on the brakes than Larkin ahead of him. So that's a good thing for his confidence levels. The Slenderman has left the session, obviously, so that's a pass that is very easy for Paul, as he can just drive through the car ahead. So now Skyzy's still on those tyres, so they'll have to go probably a few more laps, and then he can pit. So 23 seconds, let's say. He could get points. He could get points. And also he could be going on to a new set of tyres, so you never know. Around a P6 may be on the cards for Skyzy there. Chapalele, as Skyzy does come into the pits at the end of this lap, have to do 9 laps on the softs, as I believe he will be going to the softs. So he's done 17 laps on the mediums. What can he do on the softs? And we know he's got some mega pace when he wants to. It's just seeing what he can do here then. So, losing positions ever so. I believe he'll come out around null distance. As Skyzy now losing them positions. Aiki coming along the straight. Where's Skyzy? Skyzy's still coming on that pit lane. So it's Null versus Skyzy. We can see Skyzy just coming out. Yeah, so he's just going to come out behind Null. But Skyzy now on those softs. He's inside the top 10 on those softs. 15 seconds behind the lead. It's around about 2 seconds of, no, maybe 1 second of that. As it depends if you got DRS or not. But through sector 3, he's going to gain about a second a lap on these guys, as I expect. Maybe a fast lap as well. So an extra point for Skyzy to go on top. And look at the grip he's got compared to Noel. Noel's had to go for much of a wide line and a bit of a switch back move there. A little bit of a cut in, something that you're probably doing rugby, maybe a cut in move. As Skyzy now comes up into P8. So now it's a bit of a charge for the Haas drivers. Noel just jumped forward there, and thankfully his car did ghost. So no real problem there for Skyzy. So the question is for Skyzy, can he reach P6? So he's got to gain 8 seconds in 8 laps. I think it's possible to get up to Chaz, because Chaz will be battling, as Larkin and Josh are now in battle once again. The number 15, and I believe that's the number 21, going into battle. And there's a bit of a train here with Don Rajiv and Chill as well. So Larkin defending that points position there, and he's literally on 5 EOS here. So I expect, and look at that, Josh is on 3% EOS when I first went onto his screen, up to 10 now through the corners. Don Rajiv is on 73% EOS, and Chill behind, it's on 11. So Don Rajiv, even though his tyres are the joint oldest, he's got EOS to battle still. And I know those tyres can go to the end, but he's not going to go to the end. He's going to hop into the pit lane. Is Don Rajiv, and going to go onto a different set of tyres, but now we got yellows. In, I believe that was sector 3. I don't know who that was for. It looks like no positions have changed though. So Skyzy is closing, but we just need to see gaps. Look at that. Next lap, he saw IQ. He's around 2 seconds behind, and now he's on IQ. So does that not show something? He's gained a second a lap, and he's now on IQ and past IQ down into the mistrial chicane. So now for Skyzy, it's just a matter of closing up and maybe passing. So it's 5 seconds. He's got 7 laps to do it. What can Skyzy do in this race? Could he even get a podium if those tyres will go that quick? But for how long will they be able to sustain their pace? It's all down to Skyzy's tyre weight. He's got no penalties. So let's have a look at the top 3's penalties. None for Abby. Leon's got none. And Konzo's got none either. Chapelele has got a lot. So the top three don't own penalties at the moment. Chapelele comes into the pits. Onto the softs, most obviously, as he's picked up a 5 second time penalty for a stop and go. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he may be outside of the points here. No, he actually will be inside the points by 1. So he will come out in P9, as there's a massive gap between him and Larkin in behind. But let's have a look at Larkin and Josh once again. They're so close to each other on track. It's utterly ridiculous. So now, reaching speeds of up to 200, let's say 203 miles an hour, breaking down into turn 1 now. Josh has taken that position away from Larkin. Team Half Banana have gone down to 9 points Banana. So hopefully they will be able to get a point. But Larkin doesn't look like he's challenging into the next corner that I saw from the wing mirrors. And now Skies' gap forever closing. 3.4 seconds now. With 6 laps to go in this race. So it's half a second a lap will catch him up to Chazza. But then can he get past the likes of Mata? The likes of Chazza is another question. Mata and Chazza's penalties, that'll be something to have a look at. Mata doesn't have a penalty. Chazza doesn't have a penalty either. So the top 5 are all without a penalty. So Skies needs to get past him. It's all on raw pace. It's all down to that raw pace. So it's all about just gaining that time that he needs. So it's about 3 seconds now. So he's within that penalty zone now, which is good for him. And look at that, Larkin and Josh still in that battle. This is a battle that's been going on for a long time. Down the inside, Josh went, and now it's now him in front. And I expect down to turn 1 maybe that will change. I love the design of Larkin's helmet there. It's absolutely beautiful. Coming down into the next corner now, the left-hander, and now down into the final right-hand corner, the hairpin almost I'll call it. It's like, I don't know how many degrees it is. It's a very acute corner there. But now coming onto the main straight, it doesn't look like a pass will occur at this moment in time between these two drivers. But we'll have a look onto the mistrial straight for them. Chazza at the moment though. EOS completely gone. Skysy 2.4 seconds. So in that lap he's gained about half a second. It is around. So let's have a look at the delta. Actually, let's just have a look at their 2 last laps. So Skysy's last lap was a 32.8. Chazza's was a 34.6. 32.8, 34. It's 1.8 seconds a lap. So within a few laps, he'll be up to Chazza and Mata. I don't think he'll probably be able to get up to Konzo in time unless there is a mistake made or penalties received. But Skysy is now within. Looking, he can see them. Within, I don't know, 2 laps. That graphic which tells you about how long it will take for an overtake. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's powered by something that David Croft usually says, and it's how close, how many laps it will be until Skysy will be able to catch up. I'm going to predict lap 25 they'll be at striking distance to close up to the likes of Chazza, who's right on the back of Mata actually. And Chapelele does go and set the fast lap of the race with a 31.7 as Noel picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. But it looks like he's clear of Chapelele. No, he isn't clear of Chapelele. Not clear at all, as it's only 0.8 of a second. So these two both on the hards. Chazza without the EOS that he needs to try any other move. Chapelele, as I'm just talking about, maybe trying to get past Noel on penalties, has just got a penalty himself. So those two not making a move down into the next few corners. But Larkin and Josh down into the mistrial straight. What did I say? There's probably going to be a move here, and I would not be surprised, as the gap is only 0.3 of a second. DRS, EOS and slipstream for Larkin on Josh. Around the outside this time, he's going for a different approach. Seriously, inside into the right-hander of the chicane. And that's a dumb move for the Renault driver of 10th. What a battle they're having there. Bit of a ding-dong battle there. And we've got yellows in 82 and Josh is out. Josh is out of the race. And he's lost it on exit. Josh has lost it on the exit. And that battle has gone to absolute I don't know what the word is, just absolute carnage as Josh has lost it. As I'm not really sure what to say because I need to censor my words. No yellow, no safety car. So now's the fact is, can Skyzy close up on this lap, or will it be the next lap? 1.2 as Shafalele and Noel Petrie now exchange positions down into turn 1. Will Noel still have it? It's going to be close. Oh, Noel's lost it. He needs to keep his car on track. Don't worry about spinning your tyres. You got the gap. You got the gap, Noel. So just down the track and you'll be fine. So now Skyzy is within that DRS zone. Does he have DRS zone on this lap? No, he won't. Onto the Mistral straight. It's just over a second for these two as Chazza is just holding on to Mata with the use of that DRS. So Shapalele has retired from the session as that's another retiree. As what's happened to Shapalele? He's lost it. Why is everyone now losing it? Is there been a problem with tyres of some kind? But now Shapalele's lost it. And now Rich is in the points for Ferrari. Chill is almost in the points here. Oh my god, Chill could actually get points. Oh my god. Never mind, he's got penalties galore. Yeah, no, never mind. Chill won't get a point. Chill theoretically could have got a point. And anyway, now Skyzy looks like his tyres are starting to reach their cliff. So any chance of him overtaking Chazza will have to be done with the use of DRS then. So Skyzy needs to close up. It's 1.2. It stayed the same for the last lap. So now coming down into turn number 1. That gap is staying the same. Skyzy just needs to push his car just that tiny bit more to search for that grip that he surely must have on these softs. Obviously depreciating in grip, but he just needs to catch up to Chazza. It's going to be so tantalisingly close on DRS. He just needs to get a good run out of this corner, and DRS maybe on the cards. It's just over a second out of this corner. Is it under a second? No, it's not. He won't be getting DRS this time round. Will Skyzy is now 1.2 seconds. So what you need to do, save his DRS through the final few corners and then use it all in the first sector to get that DRS. Once he's in that DRS zone, or once these two start battling, it's all happy days for the Haas driver. Another feeling it's going to be the latter, that's true, as these two are starting to look like they want to have a little bit of a ding-dong battle. As now Chazza is only 2 tenths behind Mata. These two really close to each other at this point. 2 tenths. But EOS wise, Chazza is not looking in the positive stages here, but he needs to try and find a way past the Williams driver who is in P4. So Williams P2, P4 for I believe P8, P9 on the grid. So a very good result for them. Great double point. So that's 18 plus 12. No. Yeah, 18 plus 12. So that would be 40 points. No, 30 points. Why am I saying 40? I'll go to grammar school for goodness sake. I should know this. 30 points for the Williams team. Points that they definitely need in the Constructors' Championship. Chazza is still... Look at this. So we need to have a look at Skyzy's gap. Can he get within that second? He just needs to ride those curves. As Ike gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track extensions then. It's just over that second by... Oh, it's just so tantalisingly close for Skyzy. He doesn't even know it, but he's literally half a tenth off, just over, and that DRS is just pulling him away from Chazza. He may just have to benefit from the slipstream here and hope that Chazza goes for a move and tries to get 2 extra points, as their tyre life is exactly the same right now. As Leon, on his own here, has had a great result so far this race. So the only battle on track right now is Chazza and Mata, with the potential of Skyzy, if this does get interesting, onto the last lap of the race. But we just need to have a look and see. So now Chazza 0.5 behind. Doesn't look like the attack from Skyzy has worked out for him, unless there is a massive battle on this last lap for these two drivers. So yeah, looks like Skyzy's tyres have gone off the pace. But a good recovered P6 from his spin early on in the race. So Skyzy coming down into turn number 1 then for the final time. As now we just need to have a look at Chazza and Mata. as Paul does pick up a 3-second time penalty. I don't believe anyone within this top 6 does have a penalty. I'll quickly check on this last lap. Leon doesn't. Abby didn't. Konzo didn't. Mata on the 2 warnings. Chaza exactly the same, and Skyzy exactly the same as well. So the top 6, none of them have a penalty, and it doesn't look like any movement is going to happen unless Chaza really wants to go for it. I don't know how his EOS has stayed so low. I would think, yeah, let's get that EOS up, because my OCD doesn't like it being in that red section. But he looks like he's running out of fuel here, and so is Skyzy. So these two are going to be close on fuel here, and it looks like this is going to be the final order for the race today. Definitely on track orders. We're now coming through. It's just 3 people have just randomly joined, and now you've joined at the perfect time, because you now just get to see the final standings at the end of this race. A great race at this moment in time, as we're just running around the final corner. A German, the Mercedes, in a German car, winning at the French Grand Prix. Abby takes the win today from Leon in P2. A great comeback from him. Konzo takes P3, and that is your podium today. Mata takes a P4, a great result from him as well, and Chaza takes P5. Skyzy takes P6, Ike takes P7, Noel takes P8, Larkin 9th, Rich 10th at this moment in time. There could be still some alterations due to time penalties of some kinds, but it's looking like the gaps are too big for time penalties to be an issue. Noel comes around the final corner, and yes, it does take that P8. So a good race from everyone. So guys, in the comments, driver of the day predictions, as Larkin actually beats Noel on penalties. So not driver of the day predictions. Who is your driver of the day? My driver of the day. Let's have a look very quickly at change of positions. There you go. Change of positions. I would say driver of the day has to be, I don't know, Leon. It's got to be Leon, hasn't it? Up into P2 as we see Chill over the line backwards. His left front was at 126 degrees. That must have been nice for him. But here we go, your podium ceremony here tonight. Abby Odon takes the win today. Second place today is Leon, and third on the podium is Konzo, the very consistent man himself. Great race from these guys. As Chill says, let's go better than the rest. Obviously finishing 11th outside of the points. And there you go, you see Abby Odon celebrating for the 25 points. And there is your top 3. So now your standings here today as I pick up some XP then. Abby Odon takes the win today. Second is Leon. And third is Konzo. Fourth today will go to ILRT Mata. ILRT second and fourth today. Fifth is Chaza. A good response from him. Sixth is Skyzy. P7 is Ike. P8 is Larkin. P9 is Noel. And Rich with points in 10th. 11th is QVR Chill. 12th is Paul. And 13th is Don Vajib. Everyone else was a DNF today, with Slenderman not having connection issues. Chapelele retiring. So did Josh Warlock. Had some damage, and thought let's just not go on with this. Energy Zeus, I believe, lost it, and Cooper did not start this race. 26 laps behind everyone else then. QVR Chill, 1 stop from lap 1, deserves an extra point. Yeah, I saw other people doing that, so it's not really an achievement. P4 take that in my fight. What? Matt! Oh yeah, no, you got work. Oh, Matt. Well, I'm going to invite the top 3 to the podium. Oh, I have to type out Abby's name. I beg his name just... It does, thank goodness it pops up. So Abby, Leon, and Konzo. Because his ILRT account doesn't come up when I search Leon. And then third on the Ponzo. The podium today is Konzo. So if any questions that you guys want to ask the top 3, please feel free to leave them in the stream comments. Look at that, that's just satisfying. 11 11 viewers, 44 comments. So guys, any questions you want to ask the top 3, please leave them in the comments down below. Obviously, usually we do not get any comments regarding questions as people exit the stream, as Konzo has joined the party, as we'll just wait for the other two to start the interviews today then. So Leon now joins, and we're just waiting now for the race winner, Abby. Hopefully does join the party quite soon. I may give him another invite just in case he didn't get the memo that you're joining podium interviews. So I'm just inviting them. Just you two, make sure your voice and always allow. As always, we'll just wait and see if Abby does want to do a podium interview. We'll give him a few seconds to hop in the party. If we don't, then we will start the podium interviews with a second. Right, I'll just see Abby. Podium interviews. Let's just check. Let's just have a look. Let's just start off now with P2 then. Obviously, doesn't look like Abby is joining these podium interviews. We'll go back to him if we do need to, but we'll just go on to P2 for now. Leon had a great recovery in this race from, I believe, P9 on the grid after the havoc of qualifying to finish. Abby's going to join in a few minutes. From finishing up in P2, a great result from you. Obviously, with Mata on those mediums in the middle stage of the race, being able to DRS him and gain some time, I guess, on the others as they were battling. And it looks like you kind of had a strategy pointed out that you just tow each other along. So, Leon, P2, how was that race?
Tough. It's probably qualifying as well. From the start, if it was dry, I was going to go for mediums to hards or perhaps mediums to softs, depending on how I feel. But yeah, I was surprised by the amount of people who started on the softs, because obviously it's not the best strategy, which gave me a bit of hope. But towards the start of the race, I just got caught up in a lot of traffic from the soft runners who were struggling on the tyres. Eventually got through them, and then once me and Matt were together 1-2, I started setting pretty much fastest laps. I think I did once or twice. So I just said, I think we should switch. I'm looking like the quicker out of the two. So we did, and then I believe I pit like the next lap, went onto the hards, and then just kind of went for a bit of traffic, and then couldn't keep up with Abby.
Yeah, it looked like definitely a bit of a lonely second half to the race, but that first half must have been a bit hectic. Obviously, in those first laps where everyone was trying to get back to their position where they were on the grid, obviously with loads of people not qualifying where they usually would. Leon, was there anything in there that you really enjoyed in that race in the first few laps, maybe?
Not crashing into someone, that was a particular highlight. Noel was teleporting all over the place.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was quite entertaining, especially when my teammate tried to pass him. But yeah, other than that, it was just kind of boring getting through the grids. A few drivers going off the track and then overtaking me, which did annoy me a little bit. But yeah, nothing to really be excited about.
Well, yeah, but nonetheless, P2 once again. Is that the podium streak still going?
Yes, I believe this is number 11.
That is ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. Just annoyed that you just didn't talk to me on Tuesday about anything. You've just left my DMs not open. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Went on P2, and now looks like Abby has joined the party. So we'll go back up to the top step of the podium of Abby today. Unexpected, I would say, at first, but a good race from you. Obviously, got that P1 in the end. I thought Chapelele would get it, but then what was his tyre choice? I don't know. Went on to the mediums and thought he could go to the end from like lap 7 or something, which I found ridiculous. But Abby, looks like your strategy worked out today. You had the pace on the second stint, and a good result from you. How's that race? Well, yeah, it seemed like your race pace was good. So good that I literally didn't mention you in that second half of the race, as you were just off without many battles near the end of that race, just keeping that gap and making sure that you could just stream out ahead of everyone else. Anything else to say? Well, yeah, it was just dominating basically in that last bit. I believe it was around 3 seconds in the end. So if you even did get a penalty, which France is famous for, you could probably get penalties quite easily at the exit of turn 2. But you stayed away from any penalties, and so did all of the top 6. So pretty good race from you there, P1, and that 25 points is taken back to the Mercedes constructors. So well done on that. So now, obviously, we've already seen Leon, and now we're going to go down to the McLaren of Konzo. Konzo, Mr. Consistent. I just see you on the podium all the time. P3 once again. I'd like to say once again, out of nowhere, I didn't expect you to be third, but somehow you've got on this podium once again. Not due to time penalties, but due to just keeping it clean, making sure you just made the use of clean air, made the use of DRS when you did. And you got P2 in the end. How was that race for you?
I don't think it was P2, but yeah.
No, it's P3.
P3.
Did I say P2?
Yeah.
I meant, yeah, you know what I meant.
You did. It's alright. It's okay. I'll recorrect it. Well, I was really surprised at qualifying with the pole position, to be honest with you. And then the rain came on, so I was like, thank God for that. Don't think I've ever had a pole position in this league yet. So, even though it wasn't very fast time, if I'm honest, but I took it pole position. Had a good start actually as well. Kept the lead, and then I just couldn't quite get out of DRS range on Abundion and Mercedes. So, and then we went let him. I had to let him pass because I ran out behind him, and then he got through the traffic a little bit quicker than I did, and then I was hoping the two stoppers were going to go and overtake me. The Warlock overtook me and dragged me along to catch up, but it didn't quite work out. And then Leon came out the pits pretty close behind me, so that was the end of that, midway through the race.
Well, yeah, obviously, once again, it was one of those races where I didn't really mention you too much in that second stint. I'm not sure if you were in many battles in that second stint, more just making sure you didn't make any mistakes. Obviously around France you can make mistakes quite easily, as we did see near the back of the pack, but you obviously mentioning that you did get pole, those first few laps must have been absolutely, well, you must have been scared out of your wits.
Yeah. You got a nosebleed, I was that high up, man.
Yeah.
Don't usually have a good qualifying, but yeah, well, when Leon got past me, I was like, right, he's on fresher tyres, I'm going to save my battery, save as much fuel as I can, and sit behind him in the DRS, and it worked pretty well, but Leon didn't quite catch up to first place in the Mercedes Abundion as quick as I thought he was going to do, and then the last, I think, 3 laps, the lap time started going off a bit, so I just couldn't keep up anymore.
Yeah.
Just had to make sure I got it home.
Well, you did exactly what you needed to do. Get those 15 points on the table. Another solid result for the McLaren team. Sadly, Josh couldn't do the same, obviously crashing out with not too many laps to go. But 15 points on the table for McLaren, going away from France. Good result from you. Well done on P3.
Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This has been ILR4. I have been Spag, and I wish you a good rest of your night, and goodbye.